You can hear that, right? I'm not wearing my microphones on purpose. You can hear that motor, right? I'd like to thank Sergio, the neighbor from Mexico that lives 2 houses down, that has called the cops on me 74 times since I've lived here because of my chickens and because he doesn't like the noises they make. I want to thank him for waking me up at 7:54 this morning by mowing the grass right outside my bedroom window, even though it is wringing wet with dew and he's already had to clear out the blades 3 times. I want to go out there and throw a big bunch of rocks in his backyard so it tears up his blades. Why? Under God's green creation, would you mow the grass on dew-drenched grass at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday? I know this is the devil. I know it's the devil. I know it's the devil because I just preached about forgiving people that you'd rather punch in the mouth. Lord, I'm going to give this one to you. I'm going to give this one to you because you know the turmoil that this man has caused me and my family. You know how many chickens of mine he has killed. You know how many of my rose bushes he has poisoned with pesticide. You know how many times he went out there and pushed my fence down. You know. Can't you do something about this 8 o'clock in the morning, have to have a national emergency agriculture meeting? Good morning. Good morning. We didn't even do the theme song. Didn't even do the theme song because I wanted you to hear the sound. The sound of mowing. It's 8:16 on Friday morn. You have got to be kidding me. Go home. It's breakfast time. I'm going to hand him over to God. I'm going to arrange the meeting. How early is ICE open this morning? How early can you call Dean Cain over there at Immigration and report somebody that's here illegally? How early are they open? I wouldn't be so angry about it, and I wouldn't be so fed up if you hadn't woke me up on the only Friday I have off for the rest of 2026. And Dose, if his little hoodlum grandchildren would quit stealing shit off my carport, and Trace, if he wouldn't tell everybody in the neighborhood everything he thinks that I'm doing wrong, and then they'll put me on the prayer list and misspell my name and leave the H off of it. Get off my lawn. Gunther, your daddy's just called from the ice cream store and he wants to take you with him. Run on home. George, that's going to be a very disappointed toddler when he gets home. Well, Martha, disappointment's going to be a big part of that boy's life. He's a foot short for his age and he's cross-eyed. Anybody else remember Dennis the Menace and Walter Matthau being amazing? That yard ain't that big. He's doing it out of spite. He's out there wearing some kind of turban underneath his USMC flea market hat because he wasn't in it. And I think that might be stolen valor, matter of fact. Anyway, all kinds of people to call and report to this morning. But, yeah, his yard's not that big. He's mowed the same patch 3 times. If he just lowered them blades, wait till it warms up, then he wouldn't get his blades stuck every 5 minutes. Wouldn't have woke me up at 8 o'clock in the morning without cigarettes, marijuana, or L8s, and then I wouldn't be praying to God about saving his soul instead of kicking his ass. Oh, Lord. I'm going to have to give him a little bit more time to wake up before you do that shit. I can't. He's just mowing the same part of the grass that he's already killed with pesticides and pushed my fence down, killed my chickens. So, shall we begin? A local man declares an 8 o'clock a.m. emergency and as an appropriate time to begin agricultural operations directly outside my bedroom window. Sir, the grass is not escaping. Here is your morning porch paper, fresh as of 8:19 a.m. with enough actual news, Appalachian foolishness, music, history, and porch material to get us through my LA and maybe a couple cigarettes. Love you too real bad, Allie. I'll be your big sis. I'll be your cigarette mom. I don't give a shit. Call me. Follow me. Give me a gig. Okay. The Porch Paper, Friday, August the 28th, 2026. Good morning from Hurricane, West Virginia, where I had not planned on being conscious at this ungodly hour, but apparently my old neighbor evidently looked across my property line, saw dew upon the grass, and heard the Lord whisper, "Not yet." And I said, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." And nothing says country living like walking out of your kitchen door and waking up to the sound of a Briggs and Stratton 6 feet from your REM cycle. Oh no, tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. is going to be the greatest hits of Sarah Beth Terry all day long. All day long, all day long. I have 19 speakers in that big trailer in my driveway. Do you think that I can't blow the windows out of his house? Oh, you're going to think that we broke the sound barrier, Chuck Yeager. I'm going to play everything that I know that's got a bass beat to it. My subwoofer's going to be sitting right on top of his car. No, Sarah, now vengeance is mine, says the Lord. The big stories, other than me being pissed off like a wet hen because my neighbors has absolutely no knocking around sense. Do they not teach you what time to get up in the morning and start your workday in Mexico? Because here we wait till we have coffee. Dolly even said working 9 to 5. It's 8:21. Allie, I'm in West Virginia. Call me. Let's go to Goodwill because somebody has got to get me out of this funk today. I'm already up. All I gotta do is brush my teeth and do something with this hair. The big stories this morning, besides the fact that Sergio's pissing me off. Go home. That's a loaded thing I just said. Keep going. Go further. Anyway. All right. The Iran war has now reached the 6-month mark, with diplomacy increasingly focused on the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. I bet you I could get the Strait of Hormuz open quicker than I could get this sumbitch to quit mowing in my backyard. Reuters reports that Qatar and other mediators are involved while oil markets are watching the situation very closely at this point. The war has proved much longer and more complicated than the Trump administration initially suggested that it would be. And you know why? Because Congress stripped his powers when he just wanted to blow them off the map. Remember, we only had to tell Japan twice. Okay? Meanwhile, a federal judge has temporarily blocked new Trump administration rules affecting the mail-in ballots ahead of November's midterms. The disputed requirements involve voter information and ballot envelope standards. The judge's order lasts 2 weeks for now, and another hearing is scheduled for the 3rd day of September. Chelsea, where you at in Florida? Because I'll be down there in October, and I'd love to find a good Goodwill, especially one down there that looks like a Walmart. Okay, the Trump administration is also reportedly considering another round of semiconductor tariffs, which matters because chips are now in approximately everything except a cast iron skillet, and somebody in Silicon Valley is undoubtedly working on that one too. Your chicken's done. Flip it over. Whatever. I missed the episode of the Jetsons where Rosie was going to work. All right, anyway. And the U.S. is reportedly nearing an arrangement that could secure long-term American access to part of Venezuela's oil reserves. Well, finally, we went down there and blew up a bunch of people, kidnapped their president, but maybe we should get a bottle of oil out of it. That's all I'm saying. Internationally, King Harald V of Norway has died at 89, and his son has now succeeded him as King Haakon VIII. Didn't even know we still had kings, but God saved the king. On to his happy reward. The U.S., South Korea, and Japan are also preparing for another trilateral military exercise as tensions involving North Korea continue. Why haven't we flicked them off like a skeeter yet? Why are we afraid of a man with a bowl cut and a bad suit? Why? Why, though? But for why? Diane, I'm coming to Tulsa as soon as you get me a gig down there. I already got and watched it at Tulsa time. Sarah Beth, I'm so upset I can't even talk right. I already have my watch set to Tulsa time. Just get me a gig down there, and I'll be on there. I haven't smoked yet either. That's why I'm on hyperdrive. And catastrophic flooding along the Nepal-China border has rescuers searching for survivors, while authorities watch another lake that could pose an additional flood threat because the glaciers are melting and they're going over the dams. Elephants are saving people for what it's worth. Have I been to the Goodwill in Morgantown? No, because I've never been to Morgantown. It's too far north to me. I'm way down here in the ass end of West Virginia. I'm not up there in the fingers. Is that a way to say it? Come to Northeast Arkansas. Cheryl, get me a damn gig. I need people like you. I need porch people to call these venues and be like, hey, have you been on the internet anytime in the past year and a half? Do you know this big wild child from West Virginia, Kentucky, Nashville that sings and talks and raises chickens and stings and whatever? Just tell them to look me up, SarahBethTerry.com. I'm not as expensive as you think I am. You just have to add tax and tariffs. What in tarnation in West Virginia is happening besides Sergio mowing at 8 o'clock? We begin in Martinsburg, where the fast-moving storm dumped roughly 2 inches of rain yesterday evening, flooding streets and stranding vehicles. Some normally dry areas were reportedly underwater, although there were no initial reports of some major injuries. So, a lot of rain real quick. At Bluefield State University, President Darren Martin has been abruptly fired by the Board of Governors. The board cited concerns involving finances, internal operations, and administrative oversight. Sounds like somebody went on a shopping spree with the company card. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems to say between the lines. Meanwhile, the search for a Kanawha County commissioner has become a little complicated. Commissioner selected Austin Gessel, but reportedly received a letter shortly before the meeting saying that he wouldn't accept the seat if he was chosen. So essentially, we choose you, Pikachu, and he went, no. Better not. West Virginia democracy remains interactive. There's also rough news from Boone County, where Eagle Horizon Resources says it plans to permanently close an operation, meaning that another round of coal field layoffs is on the horizon. Why? Coal keeps the lights on. It keeps your little Teslas running on the road without you having to drive it. It keeps everybody thinking that they're saving the world when really we're just digging up rocks out of the earth. But why? But for why? Your yard ain't that big, John Deere. Get out of my yard. What is he, the Lawn Ranger? Hi-ho, Silver, go away. Tyler Thompson from Cartersville, Georgia. I used to date the chief of police's son back in college. I know exactly where you are. And tonight is unmistakably Friday Night Football in West Virginia. Among the games, Cobble Midland at Oak Hill, Huntington crossing into Kentucky to play at George Rogers Clark in Winchester, and Buffalo at Polka, which sounds like a fun dance that we should do, and George Washington at Spring Valley. I think I read that in a history book once. Didn't he win at Spring Valley? Anyway, and a whole slate across all 4 classifications. So get your stadium blankets, get you a thing of nachos, get you a cowbell, and head to the stadium. It's Friday Night Lights. Meaning that by 9:45 tonight, every food fair parking lot in the state will contain at least one person explaining why the referees are blind. We got robbed. Come to Corbin, get me a gig. Just for why? Right, Tracy? Why? But for why? Kentucky desk, because you know I love me some Kentucky. Laurel, Mississippi. Oh my gosh, Emily, I want to come there so bad because I watched that show about the 2 people that fix up girls' tail, and I want to come. They got a porch I can sit on. I know it. I've seen it in Southern Living. Back to Kentucky. In Kentucky measles outbreak continues to grow. State data cited by the Kentucky Lantern and North Kentucky Tribune says Kentucky has confirmed 29 cases of measles this year, including 17 during August. That's the state's highest annual count since 1991. Get your MMR shot. Hello. We know the COVID was bullshit. We know that smallpox and measles work. Maybe just, weigh your options and use your common sense. Meanwhile, unemployment fell year over year in 87 Kentucky counties, while rising in 18 and remaining unchanged in 15. Boone, Kenton, and Campbell County remain among the counties with Kentucky's lowest unemployment rates because there's so much stuff to do up there, including an airport and a mall. The University of Kentucky also announced 6 projects selected for the Bill Gates Foundation's 2026 Grand Challenges aimed at tackling major issues affecting the Commonwealth. The first issue is that we have a piece of shit governor that needs to go back home. What can you do about that? Anything? Okay. We were missing a turtle. We have a state turtle. No one's ever voted for this turtle. But now he's missing. And no one can find our turtle. Where's our turtle? I don't know. All right. Kentucky's fall hunting seasons are approaching, covering everything from dove to deer, and bear to bobcat. Just, if you can shoot it, then it's in season. No, that's not true. Ex-husbands are not on the hunt. You have to have a bigger tag for that. Or as my people call it, it's September. It's the first of the burr months, which means get your guns ready and get your deep freezes cleaned out because we're going hunting. Shh, be very quiet. We're hunting deers. Thanks. My nails are pretty again because I had them done by the little Korean Barney Fife down there at Tammy's Nails, and he's got to fix this one today because I played the guitar with it and I jammed it all up. All right, moving on. Country music, and today is ridiculous. Now, this is where Friday gets pretty interesting. Hope you buckled up. There are so many country roots and Americana records dropping today that Saving Country Music jokingly declared August 28th a country music holiday. No shit. Among today's releases, Billy Strings, So Much for Goodbyes, a 16-track project informed in part by the grief of losing his mother. You'll remember that happened right before a show last year. And the show went on. Billy Strings is probably one of the most professional and heartfelt, talented individuals that I've ever seen in real life. And I commend his new work. Carly Pierce coming out with Honest Woman today, leaning back into the classic country and bluegrass roots that shaped her before she got to Dolly and then got to Nashville. We're glad that she's got Dan Tyminski and the newly married Molly Tuttle on this new hit. We're excited to hear the rest of it. Carly, don't let us down. Mountain Grass Unit, Appalachian Smoke, that's coming out today. The Wilder Blue came out with Cinco. Alicia Blue, Country Desire, produced by Shooter Jennings. That's right, Waylon's son. Riley Downing, Landfill Poetry on John Prine's Oh Boy Records. Two Runner came out with Porch Light. Daniel Donato has a live rhyming project in the mix, plus releases from the Jayhawks, Brian Sutton, Camp Blasey, Fruition, and a pile more. So basically, everybody in Nashville apparently looked at the calendar and said, we're going to put this out Friday. Yes. Riley Green also has a new song called That's Just Me, which I think he stole from me because I also have a song called That's Just Me, ahead of his forthcoming album that's coming out on the 18th day of September. I doubt he knows who I am because I sure don't know who he is. I know he's kind of an asshole on Theo Von's show and that he can't sing harmony. But other than that, I don't really know much about him. Back to the Dolly disc. Yes, we're still talking about Dolly. Tributes to Dolly continue around the world following her death earlier this week, with writers, musicians, and fans reflecting not merely on the records, but on the extraordinary scope of what she built. As a songwriter, performer, businesswoman, and a philanthropist, Dolly was hands down the best. A South African youth choir has now joined the tributes too, and as I suspect, we're going to be doing this for a while, as we should. Dolly feels like somebody took a piece of furniture out of America's grandmother's house, and I don't like it. It's like, where's the good quilt? It's supposed to be right here on the couch. Where's it at? That's what it feels like. I don't like it. Sorry, my bra's showing because I woke up early and I'm still in my pajama top. Important journalism. At the Appalachian Fair, there's apparently a new children's ride involving flying cows. You heard me right. It is called The Dairy. I don't know what else you want from journalism. There are wars and there are elections and there are international trade disputes. But cows that are airborne. Yeah. So. Anyway, there's that. On this day, August 28th, today is the 240th day of 2026, leaving just 125 days in the year. And we've got a full moon. And it was an eclipse last night. Yep. August 28th has had itself a big history. In 1609, English explorer Henry Hudson entered Delaware Bay. I know, get real excited about it. In 1830, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad's famous Tom Thumb locomotive demonstrated steam-powered rail travel, which changed the world. In 1963, more than 200,000 people gathered in Washington for a march on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. That was on this date in 1963. In 1968, protests surrounding the Democratic National Convention continued in Chicago. Do they even have protest at Democrat things anymore, or just do the Democrats just are all the protesters? Things weird how things change in 50 years. And in 2005, on this date, Hurricane Katrina strengthened dramatically over the Gulf of Mexico before its catastrophic landfall the following day in New Orleans. So, a lot happened on August the 28th, including these birthdays. Born on August 28th, actor Louis Guzman turns 70, singer Florence Welch turns 40, and actor Jack Black turns 57. Country singer Shania Twain turns 61 today, and actress Jennifer Coolidge turns 65. That is an extraordinarily chaotic, imaginary birthday dinner. Could you imagine? I'm just saying. Shania's telling stories. Jack Black has found a guitar. You know, Jennifer Coolidge has 2 martinis. You know, Florence is barefoot in somebody's flower bed. Like, I could just see it. I could just see it. Be a good birthday party. Anyway, Porch Almanac, full moon, full steam ahead. Late August, the mornings are starting to carry that little almost fall feeling that even when the afternoon still insists on behaving like the inside of Satan's purse, it's something to hang on to. The garden's getting real good and tired. I got to get out there and start pulling stuff up. Cicadas are screaming. Had a cricket in my house last night. The tomatoes have stopped trying to impress anybody. As Shania would say, that does not impress me much. The chickens are beginning to consider their autumn contractual obligations, meaning that they're molting and looking like somebody that just survived a bad divorce. And somewhere in Putnam County, West Virginia, one man is absolutely certain that the western side of his yard cannot possibly wait till 9:30 a.m. Lord, help me from slapping somebody today. You know what else will reset your life? Give it to God. You don't have to wait for a full moon for it. I just get so mad about that. I'm like, wow. I guess I should go ahead and do my verse from the porch today. Let's just, while we're talking about Jesus, we should talk about it. This is the day which the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You know that I love that when it's hanging here on my porch. And it's from Psalm 118, verse 24. There goes another hurricane vehicle. That's a city vehicle. I'm telling you, they got more toys than Toys R Us. They're getting all this money. Reckon it's from the opioid settlement, or maybe it's from that $1 million every year that comes in nobody can account for. I don't know. Inquiring minds. That's the fourth hurricane city vehicle, including a dump truck and a trailer. Where y'all getting all this money? Anyway, today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Even if somebody else decided it would begin with a lawnmower. I don't know. Maybe that's this morning's lesson. We spend half our lives waiting for the perfect conditions to begin the day. Enough sleep, the quiet house, comfortable mood, coffee made, everybody's behaving, you know. And God keeps handing us days that arrive crooked and breached, and you need to put your hand up there and twist it around and yank it out, you know. Sometimes Friday comes gently through the curtains. And sometimes it arrives aboard a Briggs and Stratton. But it's still ours. So make the coffee. Feed whatever hollered first. Check on your roses. Open your Bible. Put on some Billy Strings. And apparently, since it's country music Christmas today, if the neighbor circles back past my window today, stand perfectly still, butt-ass naked, with the window shades open. Wouldn't he die? Yes, that's what I said, Sarah Jane. And that's why his mower has stopped 4 times, because it's too wet to mow for his 1/4 of an acre at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, I might just stand there perfectly still in the window with a cup of coffee, holding a prolonged eye contact for an uncomfortable amount of time. No threats, no gestures, just Appalachian diplomacy. Now he's done. Of course he's done. It's 8:30. He's got to go back to bed. It's early time for his nap. I can't with all y'all. Just can't. It's like you have no knocking around sense to talk. All right, here's 10 facts you didn't know that you needed to know. Beavers have transparent eyelids. Did you know this? They act like built-in goggles underwater, which is pretty cool. The Eiffel Tower grows in hot weather because iron expands in the heat. So in the winter, it's going to shrink up a little bit. Turns out that the Eiffel Tower is male. Sarah Beth. Anyway, a shrimp's heart is located in its head, which makes that battle probably a lot shorter of a distance. Can't keep it up between my head and my heart. Heart and head. Head and heart. Ravens can mimic human speech, especially if you cut that little in their tongue. They can talk like parrots. It freaks you out. Scary. I know. We talked about tittles yesterday. There's more possible chess games than atoms in the observable universe. I mean, just, you know, like, all kinds of outcomes. Did you know that the tongue of a blue whale can weigh as much as an elephant? True story. Wood frogs can survive being partially frozen during the winter, and they thaw back out when temperatures rise. There's that. I did not plan on getting up this early. I kind of am on autopilot at 6:30 in the morning. I go outside, I feed the chickens, I water them, I pet Sebert and I pet Leonard, and then I come back inside and I go to bed till like 10:30, 11 o'clock because I'm a songwriter and I usually have gigs until 12, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the weekends. But tonight I don't. I have a weekend off, which never happens. And I'm like, yay, I can sleep in. You're new here. Hi, Elizabeth Sitnick. Where are you new here from? Welcome to the porch. Everybody's good. Just kindly pissed off at Sergio for decided to start landscaping before 9 a.m. and before my coffee hit, or before the dew had got off the grass, or before anybody had the chance to say, stop it! S-T-O-P. P-I-T. Stop it. I want to make a big old sign that says, the Lord forgives you, but I'm having a hard time. I don't know. I know I shouldn't be upset. He's just taking care of he's trying to be a good steward. He's just trying to take care of his little half acre of heaven. And I get it. I just wish the Lord would stir his bowels before it stirred his spirit, because I could have used an extra 45 minutes of sleep this morning. You're from Connecticut. Well, hello. I don't think that we've had that to the map yet. So welcome. Glad to have you. Can you get me a gig up there? I'd like to see the leaves this fall. I hear it's pretty up there. Just saying. Hello, Melissa Morgan. I'm doing 2/3 of that, only I'm drinking L8, which is caffeinated ginger ale from Winchester, Kentucky, and it's celebrating its 100 years. I know. Thanks, Barbara. That's awesome. She's going to be jamming my music in the maintenance crib. Preach. Hello, Nick. I just woke. I'm waking and baking at the moment. Oh, hello, Christy. You love it here, too? Well, good. See, Elizabeth, that's what I said. I mean, it is literally wringing wet with dew. I could walk out there right now and get the bottom of my pant legs wet because it's that much dew on the grass. We have fog on the mountain, which means it's going to snow this winter. And for some ever reason, he's wearing a sunbrim hat. Looks like he's going to be on the cover of Vogue, a USMC hat that he got up from the flea market. Long sleeve shirts and gum boots to mow what is 1/10 of an acre at 8 o'clock in the morning. I get it, but can we just have some knocking around sense? Just a hair. Just a hair. Did I ever get my Vanka vine to grow? Barely. It did not do good. It needs more sunshine. And I think that it was kind of dwarfed underneath the lilac bush because I was using it as ground cover. But I tell you what did take off and do real good is that real pretty silvery licorice root that spreads real good. That did real good under my rose bushes. Planning to sleep in never works out, Stephanie. No. You always oversleep when you have to be somewhere at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if you can sleep till noon, you'll be up milking the chickens. I swear it is. It's the same thing every time. It's fair season. How fun. Fair season. I love fair season. I've played plenty of fair seasons, and I love it. As long as you have a cotton candy and a corn dog, I'm there. I love it. Hello, Leslie. Hey, Alabama. We're in Alabama yet. We got a lot of people in Alabama. Surprised April's not on here already welcoming you at her porch. That's what we do. If you haven't been part of the porch people yet, if you're not a porch dweller, an official porch dweller, there's satellites. We all have porches. If you don't have a porch near you, start a porch. We just get together, we smoke some cigarettes, we talk about the events of the day, we try to see how we can fix the world one crisis at a time. We all have a cup of coffee, watch the news, and we go to bed. Hello. Missouri, hello. I know, Crystal, I can't get over it either. You can get me a gig in Laurel. Emily, don't you threaten me with a good time. SarahBethTerry.com. Send me a message. Where it says book me, that goes right to my email. You don't have to book me at that moment. You can just be like, hey, this is Emily from Facebook, and I'm getting you a gig on Mississippi. And I'll be like, okay. Chelsea was up in Lancer, Pennsylvania for a year for coming back to Florida. Well, welcome back to Florida. Good morning from Michigan. Where are you at on the Paw? My friend was from Grand Rapids. Whose state? Welcome. Indiana, good morning. Hello. Autumn in New England is one of my bucket list dreams. I want to do it. He's going to clog that mower. I hope he throws a blade. You couldn't find your earbuds at work? I'm sorry, Diana, and I talk so loud. I'm not the kind of person that you can put on speakerphone. Hello from Kansas. Hi, Tiffany. Where you at in Kansas? I lived there for a while. Well, hi, Christy. I'm glad you're here, too. I'm glad that you feel at home, because this is me without makeup and without, really without any kind of hope this early in the morning, but I'm trying. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Christy. Hi, Nick. My granny used to say that. She'd say, my joints are real stiff this morning. I said, it's because you're rolling them too tight. We've talked about this. Anyway. The Show Me State. Hello, Terry Clark Parsons. Good to see you. There you go. Mowing your wet grass means that you have no common sense or respect for your mower. Amen. Amen. Waking and baking in Northwest Missouri. Hello, Ruby. Ruby, don't take your love to time. Hello, Amy Beth. Another double namer. I love it. Actually, she's a quadruple namer like me. Do people shout? I hate that. It's like John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. And Sarah Beth Terry Courtney. It's a lot of names. Texas here. Hello, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. I will move the Vinca. I think that I want to put it in my raised beds instead and let it kind of just, like cascade over. I think that'd be pretty. I did that with my sweet potato vine this year. It worked out. Cat's caught a mouse. Good job. Good job. Good job. Did we move? No. No. We moved from a camper to this house about 2 years ago, and we're building a place in Kentucky, and we're on the road about 215 days a year. So really, where's home? When you realize that you don't belong anywhere, you kind of belong everywhere. So that's right. That's what I do. Arkansas, how are the roses? I'm still in their knockout buckets on my carport. I think I'm going to take them to Irvin this weekend and put them in the ground. Did you lose your mouse, Mitt? It's all right. There'll be another. Hi, Mama Roski. Good to see you. Hello, Susan. Oh, I love it. Hi, Jen. You're trying to propagate geraniums? Heather, good luck. It's easier to propagate tomatoes. I'm learning how to propagate tomatoes. Nope. Roses, and it's not. I don't need to now because I got too many. Way too many. It's like Lynn Anderson lives here. It's his rose garden. East Tennessee. Hello. I was just in East Tennessee last week. Southwest Arkansas. My parents were just there last week. Telling you, we get all over. Good morning from Pensacola. Listen, I was looking at going to Pensacola just yesterday because there's a really good Navy barracks down there. And my husband's retired military, so I was like, what if we just took a little trip down to Pensacola and stayed at the MWR lodging? I mean, why not? Hello. Cup of coffee and a cup of water. That's called balance. Good morning, Carrie Ann, or good evening, I guess, because it's like nighttime in Australia. Good day. Good to see you. I love that we have Australia people watching. I love that 3 of you listed that I was your religious preference on the census this year. I got a call from your Census Bureau. A nice guy named Davino. Is this Sarah Beth Terry? Fellow Christians. And I was like, what? He's like, you've been listed by 3 different of our citizens as a religious preference. And I was like, what is happening in Australia right now? I am super excited. Glad to help. Okay. Morning from Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. Hello, Carol. Fairs are in full swing. I know. There was apparently a fire at the Kentucky State Fair last night. Somebody's booth caught on fire. You can't leave them Scentsy warmers going on like long girls. Come on. Karen's in Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping another plane. Hello. Natalie, you see Arkansas? Get the porch together. We need boots on the ground. Tanya's doing that down in Florida. She's like, hey, Sarah needs another gig. I have a friend. I'm going to call this friend and say, hey, you can get you Sarah Beth a gig. And she's like, yep, it's the next week. And she's like, that's cool. She could just stay. And that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you the power of the porch. I told the Lord last September, I said, wherever you want me to go, Lord, send me. And he was like, get ready. Pack your bags and get an oil change, sis. And don't forget your toothbrush. Texas. Hello, Lydian. Georgia. Hello in Georgia. Good morning from Virginia. You met a lady at UK hospital that did my music? That's terrifying. Was she a patient or a doctor? What part of the hospital were you in? Were you in the crazy ward? Because a lot of people probably know me there. Wisconsin, Cammy. I love it in Wisconsin. Squeaky cheese and spotted cow. Come on. I love it. Get me back up there. St. Mark's west of Wichita. I was in Fort Riley. Boop, boop. Manhattan. Good to see you. Heather, my porch is a carport that is full of stuff that needs to either go to Goodwill, yard sale, or a big burn pile. I feel you. I'm having a hard time getting rid of things. I don't know if it's out of guilt or if I have some kind of hoarding problem or if I just feel like sometime they're going to unplug the grid and I'm going to have to just depend on all these books to get us through to the next generation. I don't know. So I'm scrolling. Donna said she'll take Sergio. I'll take your neighbor who lets your dogs at 4 a.m. I'll do that because I'm up to pee anyway and I smoke a cigarette. So we'll trade. I got you. Jackie, try to have fun. Do it. Yes, I just went to my post office box yesterday and got my package from you. I see, so excited. And I hadn't had a chance to write my thank you note yet, so I apologize for that. With Dolly passing away this week, I've kind of been in mourning. So, but thank you so much for my birthday present. I loved all my gifts very, very much. And Sean's like going through my stuff. I'm like, that's not yours. Like, I kept smacking his hand. I'm like, that ain't yours. Put that. That's yours. That's mine. Quit it. Quit it. I loved my Dolly candle, and how appropriate that I went to the post office box yesterday. How crazy is that? She gave me this big Dolly candle that's Dolly as a saint, the Dolly of Pardon, Saint Dolly of Pardon, and I love it. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for remembering me on my birthday. And also, whoever sent me the Feral Christian book stamp to put on all my books for the library is awesome, and you didn't send a card, and I don't know who to say thank you to, but it's awesome, and I love it. Oh, Kami has a cigarette bomb tank top. Is it the one that says I'm Beth Terry and you're not? Or is it the one that says I love dirty pipes? Or I don't know. I have so much merch. I don't even have all my merch. Like, Sean keeps designing stuff. I'm like, I don't even have those yet. He's like, I ordered you one. I was like, okay. Cross Plains, Tennessee. Hey! I was just there less than a year ago. I was playing up there that way. So I love Cross Plains. One of my buddies used to live up that way, and we used to ride all the time. I love that it's kind of in Nashville. It's just outside Nashville. You know, it's like in the suburban part of Nashville. I like that. So welcome to the Gobers, I guess. Or maybe it's the Goobers. I don't know. If it's the Goobers, I'm going to love you forever. But anyway. Best fall foliage in New England is in New Hampshire and Vermont. I have never been to either one, and I want to. I've been wanting to go to Vermont since White Christmas in 1955 when they took the wrong train and everybody ended up there at that ski lodge that used to be opened by that Army general, and then they had White Christmas. Pine Tree, Vermont. That's where they went. I don't even think that's a real town, but that's where I want to go. Ha! Livonia, about 20 miles. I grew up closer to the thumb. I get you, boo-boo. See, I knew about the mitten. West Virginia now is, like over here. Anyway, no, I'm over here. Yes. Sorry, I'm not flipping you off. That's the West Virginia. That's how the state looks. I'm going to tell you. Your kids are going to be showing their goats soon. That's awesome. I want to see the people that do the goats, and I want to see that girl that does the pig thing that has the main mug. I want to do that. That looks like cool. I want to learn that skill. That'd be cool. Your neighbor has lights he puts in his lawnmower and cuts in the middle of the night. That's just sadistic. That's not of God. Pray for him. Hi, Brenda. I'm glad you like the porch. Hi, Janice. Alabama. Janice in Alabama. Good morning from Montevideo, Alabama. Okay, Karen, do you know Janice? Because y'all are both in Alabama. Come do the Mothman Festival. I'm Beth, get me a gig. I just can't show up with a guitar that's rude. They have to be like, Sarah Beth, you want to come play? I'm like, yeah, let me put on my eyelashes. I'm on my way. And they're like, okay, we're going to be here at 7 o'clock. Otherwise, they're like, why is Sarah Beth here? Why she got that guitar? See? So it gets awkward. So you have to make sure that they're not coming. Deborah, I'm sorry that you have to row, but I'm glad that you hung out with us for a little bit. You're best friends with my cousin, Dana Renee. Oh, dear Lord, Ella, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I sang it. One of Dana's weddings. In our family, there's a bunch. Crystal's married to Robbie's. I mean, we don't judge. Not in our bunch. The family reunion's this weekend, I do believe. I forgot to RSVP. I don't know if I can go or not. I don't know if we might pick up a show tomorrow, so that's why I never RSVP stuff on the weekend. You turned the pub into the porch for... Oh, thank you, Samantha. That's awesome. Happy Friday. Good morning. Hello from Goliad, Texas, the little town close to the coast. Oh, I know where you're at. Good to see you, Linda. Hello. Chris is stuck in Nashville traffic. Well, yeah, it's Friday. You'll be in traffic till 4 o'clock this afternoon. Hello, Sarah May. Virginia's in the house. Hi, Becky. All right, Crystal, you be you, boo. Come on to Lejeune. We'll get me a gig. Hi, Leah. Good evening. I know it's 9 o'clock at night over where you are. Sergio woke me up with the lawnmower at 8 o'clock in my neck of the woods. Not fun. Oh, you're in Greenbrier County, like here in West Virginia, Sherry? I was a military brat too, but Kentucky's home. Like, that's where Mama's from. So, you know, like, go back to your mama's people. Lisa was in Pensacola. Hello. Lisa's also from Louisiana, but she travels. Well, hello, Dawn up in Bridgeport, Ohio. I know exactly where you are. Robert, I'd be glad to help you. I'd hate for you to be all dressed up with no place to go. All it takes is just you going, Lord, I'd like to get to know you. And then pay attention. That's literally, it's that simple. It's that simple. You try harder not to believe in it than it takes to believe in it. I promise you. I know it's hard to believe that somebody loves you so much that they don't want nothing back from you but your love. We're used to everybody having a transactional relationship. Well, I have to earn this. I have to pay it off. I have to get right with Jesus. I have to get my life turned up. No, you don't have to clean up your story. You don't have to hide your scars. Come as you are to the great I am. He's waiting for you, Robert, and I'll help you find him. Newcastle, UK. Well, hello, Fraser. Or is it Nellie? It might be Nellie Fraser. Maybe y'all do last names first. Y'all do them dates backwards, so I don't know. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Becky's in from the Shenandoah Valley. Hello. Knockout roses are easy to propagate. Thank you, Janice. I only have 28 rose bushes. I probably need at least 50 more. At that point, when it becomes an arboretum, and I can start charging tickets. I know our episode on the Culture Cast is so good. I can't wait for us to get together again. We have so much fun. I've just got through the first book of Enoch again. And I can't. And now they're starting to peddle it on TikTok Shop. And I'm like, I know all you need is Jesus. But I need some context. And no one talks about the fact that fallen women are sirens. And there was giants on there. No one talks about it. But, we'll talk about it later. Just listen to the Culture Cast, if you don't already. Hello. Thank you for saying I had a good Bible study last night. That was awesome. Emily's got a porch with a swing. Why don't you brag? See, Carrie, and I love that. I'm going to be in the census in Australia for the next 100 years as the Feral Christian Bible Study. I love that. Somebody will be like, what's that about? And they'll look us up and they'll be like, oh, and it'll be cool. Hello, sweetie. I bet that we probably are. My brother and my sister-in-law are down in DeRidder, Louisiana. They have a music studio, which is real close to Southeast Texas. She's from Shepherd originally. I did find my toothbrush and I bought an extra one just to make sure. I know, but they were on sale and I had a Walgreens coupon. I will, Stephanie. He was part of the CST, he handled train wrecks and stuff like that. So. Hello from Connecticut. Hello. Love your face, Leah. Jane sent me a message that way that I know what's going on in Pensacola. Hi, Lori. Welcome to the porch. Kristen's in Ohio. Chad's in South Dakota. Susan in Augusta, Georgia. Louisville, Kentucky's reporting in. Hello. We do have power of the porch. Hello from Montana. Hi. I ain't been to Montana since last year. Tanya, I'm telling you, I got to call you tonight, maybe. Just let me know when you're going to be home because we need to go over, details because that's, in 6 weeks now. So I've got to, hone in what we're doing. Hello in Arizona. Good to see you. Thank you. My nails are looking fun. But you see that they're an optical illusion? They look the same length from this far away. But this is my picking hand and this is my cording hand. So this is flush and these are... And that's why I have to have this one fixed by Peter down at Tammy's Nails because I played with this instead of picked the other night because I forgot I had on nails. Full moon on the 29th. Last night was the eclipse. It was really cool to watch if you didn't see it. This little cantaloupe-colored moon. Macon, Georgia. Well, hello, Sheila. Hey, Rena's in North Georgia. Y'all can get together. She was your aunt's doctor. That's terrifying that a doctor listens to my music. Oh, no. Front Porch Friday in Paris, Tennessee. I've been there, seen Eiffel Tower and everything. This is what the power of the porch does. If you see somebody from your state, make friends. Like you would in kindergarten, be like, I like your shoes. And they'd be like, I like your shoes. You'd be like, you want to be best friends? They're like, yep. That's it. Y'all are overthinking shit. Just with the faith of a child. I'm just saying, if you start looking at the world with wonder and whimsy like you did when you was a kid, life's not as complicated as you make it out to be. You overthink things, and I promise no one is thinking as much about you as you are. Oh my God, I just embarrassed myself. They don't care. Oh my gosh, I had my back of my dress tucked in my pantyhose. They've seen it before. I had toilet paper on my shoes, so at least you wipe. When did we all get so worried about impressing each other? Why can't we just love each other as we are? Maybe that should be the new influence. Love people. There you go. I would love to send you some rain, Natalie. What's your shipping address? I think I have 2 buckets out here that I left in the coop. Hi, Carolyn. You're in Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. Keisha's in North Carolina. Is it true Vermont has no snakes? I think you're thinking of Ireland. You know, when St. Patrick got to heaven, God was like, what is it that you did? He goes, I drove all the snakes out of Ireland. He goes, there aren't any snakes in Ireland. He said, and you're welcome. Hello from Nebraska. Hello in Ohio. Hi, Chad. Oh, Lord, Isaac, happy birthday. But I know, but after Dolly passed, it's just like happy and sad at the same time. Hello, Regina. Well, hello, Tammy. Thank you for spreading the word. Appreciate you. Love it, Monica. Thanks for wearing the merch. Appreciate you. Glad that you're here. Oregon. Ah, are you anywhere near that Cannon? Is that what it's called? Cannon Beach? Where was the Goonies film? Anyway, this thing's been popping up on my TikTok for like 2 weeks now about it. I think it's Cannon Beach. And it's that real pretty sunset with that big, huge rock. And I'm like, oh, I need to get a gig in Oregon because I really want to go see that. Don't know nobody in Oregon, but now I do. Hi, Melissa McMurray. Nice to meet you. Give me a gig so I can come out there and see the shit that's been popping up on my TikTok. Anybody in Western New York? I'd like to be. Get me a gig. Never been to New York. Except for once I flew through Newark, but I don't think that counts because I didn't leave the airport. I did get an I Love New York sticker, though. So, hi, Misty. Where you at, North Carolina? We got people down there. Pennsylvania. Hi, Samantha. If we go to the Ark in Kentucky, we have to go through Hurricane. Will you take me through? Yeah. We'll have to go to the Goodwill in Barbersville. We're going to have to go to Nitro. It's like a 40-mile, like, pass of the... I just know where all the good places are. Just plan to spend, like, 2 or 3 hours. We'll send your husband to Cabela's. We'll go do thrifting. Then we'll all meet in Huntington, have some Rooster's Wings, and then y'all can head on to the Ark. Just saying. Hi from Missouri. We got a lot of Missouri people. Love that. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Tessa in Columbus, Indiana. Hi, Carrie from Missouri. Houston County, Alabama. Hi, Paige. What I got going on the first weekend of September? I don't know yet. Depends on who pays me first. Morning from Eastern Kentucky. Where you at, Nicole? I'm also from Eastern Kentucky. Do you drink L8 or ski? Or RC? We must discuss this. I'm not going to hurt him, sure. I'm just going to pray for him. Because that's what, I can't be eating my own words the day after Bible study. Moving to Missouri from Texas, well, that's just north. You'll be all right. Same time zone. Kansas. Hello in Florida, Jessica. Good to see you. You have a Goodwill in Oregon. Good job. I will be there. Missouri loves SBT. Well, I love Missouri. They say Missouri loves company. Maybe that's how it goes. Robert, I'm glad to meet you, brother. Welcome to the porch. And if you ever need to reach out, there's about 400,000 of us that, I don't know, either watch me and judge back to their sources or they actually enjoy the porch. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad you're here for it. I'm going to still talk about the chickens and the husband and the music and the Bible and whatever. Hello in Garfield, Georgia. Good to see you back. I need a Peggy Martin rose, but it's too warm up here. I'm in the wrong zone. I'm in zone 6. And Peggy Martin has to be in 7, 8, or 9 or higher. So I don't know if I could do it this far north. I wanted one real, real bad, but they don't. The only thing that does real good up here climbing-wise is a Kiss Me Kate Arbor Rose. Them tangerine skies do all right if my fence hadn't fallen down on top of it. And I've got one of them climbing Dawn ones that don't want to stick to nothing but gets real tall. So, you know. Much love to you, Cheryl Carter Lakey. Lakey. Thank you, Sherry. Hi, Jeffrey. Glad that I give you a little familiarity here on the porch. How much for Ding Dong DoorDash? We are currently working on the prototype. I'm just, at this point, I'm like, I might be my first order. I'm not only the president, I'm also a client. Heather, it's really hard to discern God's voice. Test the spirits if you ever get confused. Remember, good rule of thumb for me, if I have to chase it, it's usually not of God. if it keeps chasing me, it's usually God trying to get my attention. That's not always the case, but that's a pretty good, like, keep it between the lines for me, because I'm like, if I'm chasing this thing down and it's not doing nothing, that door ain't for me. But if something keeps popping up on me and I'm like, oh, you're like a ankle biter, that's probably God going, excuse me, don't make me make this donkey talk, because I will have done it for it. But the more comfortable you get with it, it's a muscle. You exercise it, and it'll get stronger. Your girlfriend wants to take you to Panama City one day, but I just want to come see you. Well, I'm not going to Panama City in Perry, but that's on that side of it's on that side of Florida. Y'all could whip up there at that forestry festival, have you a corn dog and the world's largest fresh fish fry or something or another. And, you could do both. You could do a little PCB, and then you could come up there to Perry. I'm just saying, you can make it a road trip. You're only 75 miles from the ocean anywhere in Florida. Oh, well, hi, Mary Ellen. Good to see you in Iowa. Lisa's in Hillsville, Virginia. Good to see you. I know, Peggy, but we got to be careful. We can't pray for revenge. We've got to pray that God just takes care of it and that we just keep out of it, Oh, shut up. Walgreens is having an 80% off fan for summer. They got two 20-inch box fans for $6 each. Shut up. I have a $7 coupon for anything about Walgreens now from now to the 1st. I bet I could get one for free. Oh. I'm going to have to go to Walgreens. I don't have to go to Tractor Supply Day. And I may or may not go to the tan bed. Anyway, I'm really liking that shaking total body thing. It's getting rid of my cellulite, but I'm going to have to start sitting on the edge of the tanning bed because I'm starting getting them half moons like Donna used to get when she laid down the tanning bed. Donna, if you're watching, you know I love you, but you know what I'm talking about. We just have little half moons under the rear end. Sometimes we sit on the edge of the tanning bed. Tan aerobics. Hi, Wisconsin. Brandy, good to see you. Joyce is in from Ohio. Hello. Arkansas is in the house. Oregon says hello. I don't know what that noise was. Was that a squirrel or was that you sneezing? Oh, thank you, Mouse. Appreciate you saying that. We're in Florida. SBT is coming. See, Tanya, you know. Oh, my gosh, Sally, that is tragic, but I'm glad that I give you some familiarity, so welcome to the porch. Robert, have a great day. And if you have any questions, reach out. If you're just starting out and you just want to kind of read it, sitting around on the toilet one day, I recommend the Message Bible. That's edited by Eugene Peterson. It's on Amazon right now for like $20. So it's a little easier to understand than the these, those, and those. I mean, just not as many in the King James, Good morning from Charleston, West Virginia. Kelly, what are you doing today? I need to go over to Lane Bryant and buy a new bra because this one has flattened up. I've lost too much weight and now my babies have gotten smaller. You free later? We'll go have some lunch at the Chick-fil-A. Stop by the Hobby Lobby there in South Charleston. Then we'll go over to that Lane Bryant there by the Sally Beauty Supply. Just let me know. Anyway, hi, Susan. One of my original friends, the OG Wisconsin bunch that we met on a cruise in Texas. Weird. I know. Crazy as hell. Did you know that Australia is wider than the moon? So was my ex-mother-in-law's ass. Oh! No, I'm just kidding. It was twice the size. Anyway. That is an interesting fact. Hello from Oregon. Hello from Adirondacks, New York. Princeton, West Virginia. Blountville, Tennessee. Do you think you'll ever sell old-fashioned vinyls? Probably. I just have to make money in order to make those because those are like $40 a piece to make. So, y'all get me gigs, I can make more merch, then you can buy more merch, and then I can do more gigs, and then that's the dream. Just enough money for feed, weed, and seed, and then just carry on about my business. I'd like to be as financially comfortable where I could just stare off in the distance when I'm filling up my tank. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just be like, it's in there, it's fine. That's the kind of security I want. I don't want to be rich. If I'm famous, great, but I'd rather be just well-known and everybody's buddy, and let's talk about Jesus, and let's talk about music, and let's talk about chickens. Be yourself, Western New York. Hey, we got some more New Yorkers in here. New Yorkers. I love it. Are you from the island or the state? Because there's two different ones, apparently. Hello. Well, thank you, Mom. Appreciate you saying that. Jessica's just outside Jacksonville. That ain't far. You just cut across the state. Perry's just like right there on the top end, like just right across. I'm like scrolling way down. Y'all are making so many comments, and I'm way behind. Broadway, Virginia. Hello. Jackson, Kentucky. I've been there. I know where you are. Hi, Benita. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nick. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick. I had to, like, scroll down. Y'all all talk at the same time, and I want to address everybody, and then I have to scroll way down, so then I miss a bunch, and I have to go back and answer. It's fine. You get it. It's like trying to have women party line phone calls when Betty Johnson's on the phone. You're like, I need to call Pizza Hut, Betty. Can you hang up the party line? She's like, well, I'm going to order one too. Just call them. 7716. What the? Branson, another Missouri. Hello. Oh, my God, Terre Haute. My buddy Trent lives in Terre Haute. He's an electrician. Lineman. He does something for the power company. He's been my drummer. Oh. We've been awake now for an hour. That's what I know. Ticonderoga, New York. My goodness. They make pencils. But we're in Eastern Kentucky. Your name's Whitley. I'm going to guess probably Sandy Hook. Elliott County? No. Just Floyd, maybe. I don't know. Like, see, you can just about tell from last names where people are from. Hello, sunshine. Where in Kentucky you at? Good morning, Amber. It's good old Folgers weed. Real coffee. Hi, Brent. Morning. Hi, Rhonda. So, glad you're on the porch. This is what we do. Normally, we're in better moods, and I have a theme song, but this morning I want you to hear the sweet, soothing sounds of a Briggs & Stratton push mower at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's still fog. Yeah. You're taking the family to Chattanooga Falls? That's awesome. I'll never forget. It was either my granny or my mom. They tell the story, both of them do, so it could have been both of them. Mom said, I want to stop and see Ruby Falls. And Dad said, she's not home. And they just kept driving right by. Anyway. See, that's what I said, Crystal. Is that where they make that pencil? That number 2 Scantron pencil. Louisville. Oh, did you go to the state fair? Oh, my God, Christy. I nailed that. I could have worked for the fair. I was like, are you from Sandy Hook? Are you really kidding? Ha ha! I love what I write. Where's my book? I'm going to put that down in my big book of stuff I'm right about. Damn. I need to work for the fair. Be like, you are from... Hello. Good to see you. Love my porch. Well, I love my porch too. Good to see you. Hi, Sandra, darling. Hi, April. There you are. We had so many Alabama people on here a while ago. I was wondering why you wouldn't get in the coffee yet. I was like, where's April? There's so many Alabama people here. April's usually like, we're in Alabama. And I'm like, get on there and get the picture. She's running the Alabama crowd. April, upstate New York. See, there's another. That's like 5 New Yorkers. I'm so excited. Do you need an Appalachian translator? Because sometimes I talk real fast and there's words that people don't understand. The only reason I say that is because my friend Robinson is from the Adirondack region of New York. And every now and again he tells me to slow down and say it again because he can't understand what I'm saying. I can't comment without it muting you. Heather, that might be the Lord. That may be God going, shh, shh, shh. Better not. Hi in Indianapolis. I have friends in Irvington, not too far out of Indianapolis. I was right, Christy. Can you stand that? That's funny as shit. All right, anyway. The book stamp was you, Carrie Ann. Shut up. That was awesome. Oh, I love it. I've already marked like every single hymnal in my library. I'm like, fair Christian, fair Christian, fair Christian. I feel like a notary public. You know, when I was little, I used to think that was a noted Republican. Mom's like, we need a noted Republican. And I was like Ronald Reagan? Mom's like, a notary public. And I was like, that's not what I heard. I heard noted Republican. And I was like John Kennedy? Who's a noted Republican? Anyway. That's where my head went when I was a kid. I was like, well, as soon as we sign this deed, we're going to have to go find us a noted Republican. They have to sign off on it. For some reason. Stupid. Hello. Hazy, Virginia. Hello, Bernice. Riceville, Tennessee. Am I going to add some Dolly covers to my set? Never have before. That don't mean that I won't. We have different ranges. So, when I sing Dolly, it ends up just sounding like Winona trying to sing Dolly. And some of the things don't translate well. But I did work for Dolly's company for a long time, and that's why I have this tattoo. So, hello in London and in Beech Grove, Kentucky. KY's representing this morning. I thought I was going to have the hiccups there for a minute, but I don't. Okay. Sean's going to be like, you didn't use the gimbal and you didn't use the microphones. I'll be like, no, because I want you to hear how loud that push mower was outside my bedroom window. And I'm a good 40 yards away from it, and y'all still heard how loud it was. I just wanted to share that experience with the porch. Why are you sick, April? You need a Z-Pack and a prednisone shot? Excuse me, Bloom. My mom's got it too. Eastern North Carolina. Can you come over to Western North Carolina? Because we're going to be there in October. On the way to Perry. We're stopping in Sapphire, North Carolina and doing a show. So excited. Am I your body double? Is that what I'm doing? Kindling while you're watching, like you're cleaning the house. You're like, Sarah's just going to talk me through it. Wash your dishes. Change your laundry. Wash your sheets. I forget that part until the dog gets up there with Meddy Paws. I'm like, I just put these sheets on the bed. I'm a noted feral Christian. And now I have a stamp. So official. I love it. Thank you so much for that. Frankfurt, Indiana. Hello. I don't do younger people in my older years of age. Yeah, I get it. Any update on the new album, Christy? I have been working my tail off trying to get it whittled down. I'm currently talking with 3 different producers to figure out who's going to have the time and the energy to put up with me for the 2 months it's going to take to record all this stuff. So, and plus I'm still writing. So every time that I figure out my set list, I add like 5 more songs. So I'm working on it. I know that I haven't put out new music since Charlie died, and I hate that. But I've also been writing my butt off, starting a Bible study, raising chickens, getting my husband to not pass away from a motorcycle wreck, getting married. You know, things has been hectic. Phyllis, welcome to being a feral Christian. We love Jesus. We're just a little outdoor cat about it, you know. And I feel like a lot of people don't feel comfortable walking into the back doors of a church, but they might be all right sitting on the porch, you know. God's wherever 2 or more are gathered, so he's right here on the porch with us. He's sitting right there. He sits right there. Sits right there. Probably, Kelly, but I'm going to have to take some time to reflect on it because we're not even looking at like 2 or 3 years worth of fandom. We're looking at 43 years of modeling my life after that woman, so I'm really going to have to take time to reflect. They'd be like asking me to write my granny's eulogy. Like, I'm going to have a couple days on that one. Do I ever make it to Western Kentucky? Only if it's the Apple and Country Ham Biscuit Festival. But yeah, holler at me. I'll come to Western Kentucky. I don't care. I don't know if I have a favorite Dolly song. To me, that would be ridiculous. Because there's so many. The one that sticks out the most that gets me through like hard times is Light of a Clear Blue Morning. And not the Queen Latifah version, the Straight Talk version. The remake of her own song from 93. You need to have a safety meeting, Danielle. You chat GPT'd me? That's awesome. Gretchen calls me chat SBT. She'll call me and be like, okay, chat SBT, when did I write this song? I'm like, why? But for why? Don't you have Google? She's like, I can't find my reading glasses. I was like, oh, okay. So she calls me chat SBT. She's on the original AI, Appalachian Intelligence. Whatever. Thanks, Grace. Got me snorting, laughing, and not the C word. I see you next Tuesday. We can't say that word on Facebook. I get it, Kindling. You got to have somebody just, like, that's why I listen to The Office or Friends, because if I listen to music while I clean the house, because I'm a songwriter and a singer, I will sit down and try to learn it, analyze it, rewrite it, cover it, whatever, and I'm like, So if I just put on, like, back episodes of Golden Girls or Friends or Big Bang or whatever, then I know that that's 22-minute episodes and that I can get one room done per episode, and I can usually get half a season watched while I'm cleaning the house. Just saying. Carrie Ann, I get it. And I've told that to Sean. He's trying to figure out how to use it. I think it moves too much. I like that this one is stationary because we're sitting on the porch. We're not on the swing. Y'all have a hard enough time with your Meniere's and your Dramamine when I'm on the porch swing, you know. So, and Mom was asking if you would be all right if she comes back and be a guest on the porch because she has some things to discuss about road trip etiquette, Moving toilet seats. She had another complaint yesterday, and I wrote it down. Anyway, but she wants to come back to the porch. Promise City, Iowa. Well, hello, that's two from Iowa. Jackie's sister works at the hospital in Somerset. Hello. Coat of Many Colors is a great one. See, I love that. Hard Candy Christmas, that's such a good one. I want to sing it all year long. Christy, I'm telling you, I'd love to hang out with you at this point. She's out west for like the next 3 months. Unless I get on an airplane and head to a different time zone, I'm not going to see her till Christmas. And even then, I might not see her till the New Year. But I'm going to go ahead and claim it right now. 2027 is going to come up all Gretchen Wilson. 27's her lucky number. She's putting out a couple of new albums. She's back on tour again. She's got the tour bus rolling again. She's got a kick-ass band. She's in prime condition of her entire life right now. So watch me. Watch what I say. Write this down. 2027 will be the year of Gretchen Wilson. Just telling you. If I were telling you to buy stock, I would tell you to go ahead and keep your own Gretchen Wilson. Crystal, I've almost seen every episode of The Golden Girls. My mom said that Blanche was trashy, and I wasn't allowed to watch when I was growing up, but I did watch every single episode of Designing Women up until that Julia Duffy took over in season 4, and then I stopped watching it. When you get rid of Delta Burke, I don't, can't. You can't get rid of Suzanne and Julia. You just can't. And then Charlene moved off. The only person left was Annie Potts, and at that point, she's like, I'm going to go be on Ghostbusters or something. You know, like, I'm going to be Sheldon's meemaw. Who was dumping the trash on my mom's property? I don't know. And it's not even mom's anymore. It's now John's driveway. So I don't know why she's worried about it. Granny didn't give that part of the farm up. I was like, let him deal with it. Ain't your pasture, ain't your bullshit. Don't worry about it. Unless they're dumping it in my front yard. And remember, I have more cameras than Flock does. So people know not to mess with my property. So, hi, Junie. I heard that y'all got some power outages down there near Memphis. Y'all all right? Just saying. All right, it is now 9:21 on a Friday morning. There's a laundry list of things that I must accomplish, but I doubt that I'll get 90% of them done. However, I'm going to go to the Tractor Supply, buy 3 bags of feed and some pellets because it rained. Like 2 inches of rain last night. Like nuts. Well, thanks, Corey. I like the 2 Doors Down song by Dolly. That's a good one. Here You Come Again is a good one. Or Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? I always like that one. Why'd you come in here looking like that? I love it. And we were on our way to the Dolly concert. My buddy Thomas, he's a comedian. We were doing a Snapchat because that was when Snapchat was big. There was 4 of us going to a Dolly concert from Nashville to Evansville, Indiana. We stopped at Olive Garden and had, not Olive Garden, O'Charlie's, and had Pre-Pie Wednesday. I remember that. But we was all singing along to the Dolly stuff all the way up there. And when it got to that song, Thomas raised up from the back seat. He goes, why'd you come in here looking like that? And I just died. Like it was like, if there had been viral Snapchats, that would have been one. I think it actually was on Vine. That's how old we are. But it was during her Pure and Simple tour when I was working for Dolly's company. So we all went for my birthday. It was awesome. See, Gary and I get it too. I told him, I was like, I think that we need to just stay put. Because otherwise it looks like my dad with his first VHS recorder. Is anybody else 80s dad video like this? And every one of your childhood videos, you're seasick on the Titanic? I'm just saying. Oh, I gotta go to Walgreens too. Thank you, Lisa. See? That's why I love y'all. I like the song Eagle When She Flies, but I sang it in the 1992 fair in Estill County, and I won $50 for it. And after I win money with the song, I retire it. So I haven't sang that since 1992. I was 9 at the time, but that's how my business acumen worked. I'm like, once I win money with the song, I have to sing a different one. It's a weird thing that I came up with in my head, but that's it. Josh was good too, and little Andy. And I mean, you can't pick a favorite Dolly song. It's like favorite era of Dolly songs. It's like, I see what Taylor's trying to do now with her eras. I'm like, you're trying to replicate what Dolly did by accident. Like, Dolly metamorphosized like a butterfly. No wonder a butterfly was her thing. She morphed all the time. I mean, she was the very dog that said, if you don't like the road that you're walking, start paving another one. Just the way it is. And if she was too big for the room, she made a bigger room. She didn't apologize for shit. We got to do something about this hair. That rain just made it just fuzzy. Anyway. I only wash it about every other day because it's curly and I don't want to, frizz the shit out of it. That's it. That's as good as it's probably going to get today. At least I did wash my face, brush my teeth. So, all right. Well, here's my mission. Should you choose to accept it, because I can't talk. Thought my calendar was out here, but it ain't. If you want me to come and play in your neck of the woods, get on my website, sarahbethterry.com, which is my name, .com. sarahbethterry.com. And on the book me tab, be like, hey, I want you in Arkansas, or Missouri, or Laurel, Mississippi, or Pennsylvania, or Australia, or Oregon, wherever. Send me some information about some clubs, venues, vineyards, churches, retreats, backyards, bar mitzvahs, barbecues, baptisms, and burials. Whatever you want me to come and perform at, and whatever you can customize it. It's like picking off a menu. Be like, well, I want Sarah to do a feral Christian Bible study, and then I want her to sing for like 35 minutes, and then I want her to do some jokes. Cool. I want Sarah to do an hour and a half worth of singing, and I want her to do a 30-minute Bible study, and I want her to bless the food before we eat. Cool. I want Sarah to show up on my back porch. I've got a half a pack of cigarettes, and I got something to talk about with her, and this is how much money I got. Cool. Whatever. I will go where I'm sent. However, I need your help to do it. So, power of the porch. Help me out. There's some place that you want me to play, if there's something that you can do to help the porch, like right now I'm trying to send out some more Bibles, so if you want to send some shipping money, we're gifting Bibles this week, so the Bibles were free, thank the Lord, but postage is not, so anybody want to donate to that, that's on the website. If you want some merchandise, all the merchandise stuff, like all of that money goes right back towards like pushing the music, pushing the ministry, so I don't want you to sit around thinking that I'm just like eating fudge rounds and drinking Mountain Dews on the good gratuities and the blessings that y'all send to us. That's not what we're doing. So that's why I go out and play gigs. I'm like, okay, this is going to pay for the fun stuff. The rest of us has to pay for food and water and, chicken feed and gas to get there. And you know how it is. Eighth city vehicle. I bet he's pulling a trailer. Holy shnikes. I do not know how they got that backhoe down this road, but they sure did. 4. Wait, we're going to count how many city vehicles. 5. And there we go, 6. Do not know where they're getting all this money. Hi, Eric and Co. Thank you. Thank you for saying that I'm one of the hardest workers and honest that you know. That means the world to me because you've known me a really long time. And you know how long I have worked to keep my integrity in line. I do not shit where I eat in Nashville. I said that to Chris Lamb one day and he said, you're sleeping with your drummer. I said, I was sleeping with him before he became the drummer and I'll be sleeping with him after I fire him. It's not contingent on our marriage. We do better that he's on the stage now. We do better that he is working side stage and doing my sound because he knows how I'm supposed to sound. He knows I'm going to get real good pissed off at if I don't sound like that. I see, I'm so excited. You're also in North Carolina, right? Erica's in North Carolina. She's on the western side. You're on the eastern side. You see what I'm saying? You're in New Bern? Is that like a Nicholas Sparksy kind of town? Feels like it is. I feel like I've read about that in a Nicholas Sparks book. Is that where you are? Outer Banks area? Anyway. Your son is biracial. His hair is big today. Well, do it. Do it. It's like that little girl on the Kelly Clarkson show, that Promise, 10 years old. She wore her hair in a big old fro, and she was like, it's because I have this hair and you don't. Don't be jealous. I'm like, get it, girl. Even First Lady of Motown, what's her name? Sarah. Don't do this. Tracy Ellis Ross. Told her, just do you. Just do you. You never heard one thing about me ever? Oh, well, depends on who you talk to and if you're at the Burger Barn on a Friday night. I know Irvin don't have anything nice to say about me, and I don't know why. I try everything in the world to help them out, but they just keep kicking me in the gut. It's all right. Your hometown never appreciates you. That's even in the Bible. Jesus even said that. Prophet has never welcomed in his hometown. Well, welcome back to the fold, Sarah. Welcome to the porch and welcome back to prayer. Don't you love it? No rollover minutes and no long distance charges. You can just pick up anytime. You're in Clarksville. Hello. Are you over at Fort Campbell or are you down towards Austin P? West Tennessee, thank you. Do you want to go see Creed and Frank and Maryville? Well, it depends on if I can open for them or if they can open for me or we can play all together. Sabrina sleeps with her guitar player. Erica always laughs because she has one of my husband's merch shirts that says Sean Courtney Music on it. And it's really, really soft. Like, I sleep in them all the time. And she sleeps in it all the time. She loves that shirt. She says, I'm sleeping with your husband again. And I'm like, man. That squirrel just fell off of that chain. That's what that noise was. He was trying to tie it up across this chain I have hung up. And he fell off. So, we have to do another map. We might do that tonight. Be fun. Play some new shit and color in the map. And let's take a look at the map. See? I lived in Fort Campbell for 2 years. Hoptown. Right there by the Walmart. I know where you are. Morning from upstate South Carolina. Hello. Where you up near Greenville or up near the other side? Say upstate. It's shaped like it's a wider margin than being from like lower South Carolina. You know. Just saying. Eldon, Iowa. Hi, that's like 3 people from Iowa. Give me a gig. Give me a gig. Because if I want to go to Oregon and play at that Cannon Beach and stay in that cute place I saw on TikTok, I have to go right through Iowa and then South Dakota and then North Dakota and then across Montana. I should just make a whole tour next year. But we can't do it in the winter because y'all get a bunch of snow and I can't drive in that and Pathfinder hauling that much stuff. Mern and Aaron McGlone. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do for this winter. That's what I need. I've got some dates in September that are open. And I have no, October's gone. But November and December, I still have some stuff. So if you need like Christmas party or, you want a custom song or you want a singing telegram or laying on of hands, holler at your girl. Spartanburg, I've been there. See? I love that. I love that y'all are talking to each other. I love that y'all are getting to know each other. Christy, don't you sell everything and run away today. Today is not the day to join the circus. You'll mess up and join the state fair instead, and that is not the same bunch. I don't trust any kind of ride that you can pull out of a suitcase. I just can't. I just don't do it. You're in Ocala, Florida. My Uncle David and my Uncle Marty used to live in Ocala. It's real close to Silver Springs. I love it. Y'all have a really good Goodwill, too. But you're from Alabama? I want to go. Are you come to Perry? I'm being there in October. I was like, it's the next Burr month. Of the 4 Burr months, it is the second of the Burr months. From upstate New York and live in East Texas, running from the heat. Well, you went the wrong direction, Laura Levine. It is hotter down there where you live now. Just telling you. That's just geography. Love to come to Indiana. Holler. Casa Grande, Arizona. Hello, Jamie. We also have some Arizona peeps. I'm sure that they'll holler. Power of the porch. You just name your city and state and somebody will be with you shortly. That's usually how it goes. It's like, I'm here. Jamie at Heather. See, Tanya. Tanya is the concierge there. She's like, you're only 90 minutes from Perry, so just get on the road. Come on up, see? There you go. Get me to San Angelo. All right. How much does it cost these days for a state fair? I couldn't tell you. For me to play at one or just in general to hold one? Because I'm sure it's a lot more to hold one than to host me. If we could get all of us together, I could rent a theater. But I have to sell tickets, and I have to commit to buying the tickets, or else they won't let me rent the theater because they don't know me yet. It's like a grassroots. I'm like a best kept secret. I'm like Silver Springs, Florida. You get there and you're like, well, this is neat. Why ain't I never been here before? Yes, I am live right now, Tara Brownfield. I'm glad that you're here. You don't need to see me to hear how crazy I am, I promise. South Georgia, I got some friends down in Americas. You got 2 rooms done listening to me. Look at you, Kendall, and I'm so proud of you. Too many accidents. I'm telling you, you can't have meth heads pulling rides out of suitcases and expect nothing bad to happen. Dolly even has a full-time maintenance crew at Dollywood, and they never tear that shit down. I'm just saying, like, just situational awareness. Go for the corn dogs, go for the cotton candy, get the hell out. See a pig, watch a car wreck. I don't care, whatever, but just, use your common sense. If there's a Dunkin' booth with a fireman in it, get after it, whatever. Prayers for your Aunt Amy. My goodness, you've had a hard run of it here lately, and you're just in the caretaker position. Well, I'll be praying for you, too, because that's a lot to carry on your shoulders. Am I planning on a visit to Pennsylvania? It's really up to you, Sarah Thomas. Find me a show. Garrett Smith, did you see that Susan's on here, too? It's like the old cruise bunch from like 10 years ago. Can you believe that's been 10 years ago? It's the last time I had highlights. I still have that bathing suit, and I worked the other day, and it fell plumb off of me. I don't know if I've either stretched out the elastic or if I've lost that much weight, but it fell plumb off of me in the hot tub at the Hampton Inn. See, Paige, Payne and Perry. I will be on the 17th at Casting Company and on the 24th at the Forest Festival. So, Saturday and Saturday. I'm excited. It's only 90 degrees at 9 a.m. You'll be fine. Put your feet in some ice water. Hey, Sabrina, look at there. I see and you're probably noticing the same people. Terry Clark, there you go. Got another Texas. Aaron knows filling on tickets. He's also an independent artist, and we're just trying to keep enough gas in the tank and enough money in the bank that they don't come and take our truck. That's basically what's going on right now. Buy merch. Send a tip. Sponsor a chicken. We do appreciate every single bit of it. I really do. I even got, God love this. I had to tell this story. I got a Venmo the other day from a 15-year-old. And she goes, this is all I had left after my first paycheck, but here's $14.85 for your feral Christian. I was like, girl, I'm taking this directly to the post office and buying stamps right now. And she was like, every bit of it helps, so I appreciate it. You used to work at Kentucky Kingdom? Oh, God, right? Oh, when it came to Six Flags, I was like, get rid of that little dude. Can't do it. See, there you go. Terry and Samantha, Power of the Porch. Jamie, also in Texas. Just follow about the porch. Y'all just make friends. It's not just me. It's not about me at all. I'm a facilitator. I told my friend Leah, I said, I feel like I'm a rest area. She said, I feel like you're a welcome center. And I was like, I am. I'm like, you're almost there, and this is the last place to pee. Come on in. So, there's that. Hi, Tara in Colorado. Good to see you. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. I love Colorado. I've not been there but once, and I was a little bitty. And I don't remember it, but I want to come back. Oh, that's almost a little too warm for me. The condensation's done got to it. 5-hour ride in Texas, that's like a day trip. Like, I have learned if you are west of the Mississippi, time is relative at that point. Everybody's like, it's only an 8-hour drive from here. And I'm like, oh, we could be to the beach by then in eastern Kentucky. But they're like, no, that's just you halfway across Montana. And I was like, okay. I drove from Louisiana to Texas. It took me 10 hours. It's the next state. God, such a big tape. Anyway. Well, of course, Samantha, we're already friends. You're on the porch. Hello. So, all right, friends, you have your mission. Find me some shows, find me some gigs, get on the calendar and say, okay, well, she's got gigs on these dates, which means that these dates are open. See, that's power of elimination. So, in the meantime, I need to go to Walgreens, Tractor Supply, the dispensary, Kroger's, the nail salon, the tanning bed, and that might be it before I come back and get on the porch again this evening, because I think we all need to visit tonight since I don't have a gig. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm glad you joined me this morning. Now it's peaceful and quiet. Well, since we didn't start with the theme song, we can end with it, right? Just remember, friends, to keep your Bibles open, your powder dry, your head on swivel, and be nice to old people, animals, and children. And even your neighbors that mow at 8 o'clock in the morning. Pray for them. Pray for them. Sarah Beth, pray for them. But in the meantime, remember that I love you, and so does God. There's nothing that you can do about it. So, I hope to see you again later. And in the meantime, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're on.
Grab your Bible and grab your smokes. News and weather, music and jokes. See on the porch in my favorite house coat, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. She's a feral Christian out in the wild, the cigarette mom with a queen bee style, talking or singing about somebody you know. It's the Sarah Beth Terry, the Sarah Beth Terry, it's the Sarah Beth Terry Show. I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.
Bye, guys. Love you.